Folks, today is primary day, and one of the races a lot of folks across Texas are keeping an eye on is the Senate contest. Joining us is Democratic candidate for U.S. Senate, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Congresswoman, how are you feeling heading into today?
I'm feeling great, except for this snafu in Dallas County, but I haven't heard of any issues in East Texas, which makes me happy.
What are you talking about in regards to what you call snafu?
Yeah, so the Republicans decided that under this particular election, they were going to try to confuse Democratic voters. So on today only, on election day, unfortunately, they are not allowed to vote countywide like we normally do. They are forced to go into their precincts to cast their votes. And so it's causing a lot of confusion, and we are hearing that a lot of voters are being turned away.
So, what are you telling voters as a result of this?
We're telling them if you're living in Dallas County, registered in Dallas County, to go to dallascountyvotes.org and make sure that you know exactly where it is that you need to go to vote. We also are going to send another round of text messages out and hopefully help people navigate this terrible terrain right now.
Now, you mentioned Dallas County, an area you represent. Let's talk about what's going to happen in a couple hours from now. Say you see a specific result from one county or one part of the state. What's an indication tonight that you feel as though you're doing well, you'd be on your way to victory?
Yeah, if we're running up the numbers in Dallas County and Tarrant County and Collin County, it will feel like we're going to have a really good night. These counties are very large counties. They will account for a good portion of the votes that come in. And so if the numbers are looking good, if we're running them high, even if we have a little bit of a lag down in Central Texas, where my primary opponent is from, it'll be okay because it should be able to wipe that out. I obviously feel good about East Texas as an East Texas girl. So I'm hoping that East Texas comes through and shows love, because East Texas is not only where I started practicing law, but it's also where I actually started my political career. And so having been in those courtrooms for years and years and years, I think East Texas knows who I am. And early on, after we kicked off this campaign, we made sure that we went specifically to East Texas, and we've seen a boom of participation specifically in East Texas.
I do want to ask you about one topic that a lot of East Texans have been talking about, which is AI data centers. What's your take on their
Yes.
development? Is there anything you'd like to see done legislatively, in regard to AI data centers?
Yeah, we absolutely need to put some parameters and regulations on these AI data centers. Now, granted, this is going to be a combination of elected officials on all levels. We need to make sure that we're working with our city level as it relates to the zoning. If you live somewhere that actually has zoning, we got to make sure that the zoning is going to be safe as it relates to the people. And number two, when it comes down to the water and how much water and energy it is that they use, we've got to make sure that we are looking out for, say, those areas that are already experiencing droughts. And we may have to get involved on the federal level, because water is a federal issue, to specifically deal with that. And additionally, another thing that people don't talk about with the AI data centers is the potential contamination when it comes down to the water being contaminated too. We can't allow corporations to come into our communities and basically suck out all of our resources without building on an infrastructure that right now cannot honestly handle it. So I am about doing things responsibly. I never want to stunt innovation, but I absolutely don't want any innovation to come in at the cost of the people.
And I do want to ask you, you're facing Representative James Tallarico in this race. Say he were to win, would you support him? Would you campaign with him potentially heading into November?
Absolutely. Listen, we don't want the Republicans to win. I mean, we're looking for something better. Now, listen, I do think that it is different when you are someone's surrogate versus being the actual candidate. So enthusiasm typically comes from people actually really wanting that candidate. There's only so much that a surrogate can do. But I have surrogated all around the country on behalf of so many candidates. Absolutely. I need Texas to have a win.
And I know you got a very busy day ahead. Is there anything else you'd like to tell our audience?
Make sure you go out and vote. Vote for the girl that has driven the farm equipment that is out of East Texas. Listen, I've got your back in making sure that we get a farm bill passed, making sure that we are going to go and get our water out of Mexico, making sure that we are going to get better access to healthcare, making sure that instead of closing hospitals in rural Texas, we're opening them. I understand what it is to wake up and not have a healthcare professional right there at home and have to drive to Dallas or drive to Shreveport so that I can see my healthcare professional. We deserve better in the state of Texas, and that's exactly what I'm fighting for.
Democratic candidate for U.S. Senate, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Congresswoman, we appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to try and speak with other candidates throughout the day. Be sure to stay tuned in right here on East Texas Now.